Hi there guys, today I'm going to show you how to play I Wait For You by Alex G. So, this song is in E standard tuning, which is E, A, D, G, B and E. And for the guitar tone I would recommend something like a chorus pedal or a phaser pedal, maybe a little bit of reverb or delay on it just to get that really dreamy guitar tone. So, I'm going to show you how to play the song, and in the end I'm going to do a playthrough of all the different parts. So without further ado, let me get comfortable and let's get right into the lesson. So I would recommend using the pickup selector on the middle position or the top position, so you get a bit of a bassy guitar tone, I guess, which sounds really dreamy and full. So for the intro, the guitar on the right plays, or something like that, which is basically a palm mute, which is when you use your palm to mute the guitar strings, and then you just, which is the D string, just tap the D string, then the E, the B and the G. That all together. That's it. And then that's just how they start off the song. So then we're going to go into the first chord of the song, which is the 3rd fret on the E string, 3rd fret on the A string, 2nd fret of the D string, which makes... Now, I don't know about you, but it is possible that that sounds a bit out of tune, but don't worry, that's what it's supposed to sound like. But in the context of the song, it sounds pretty damn cool. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do a few strums down and up. Try and get that rhythm right. Or really slow. And so you can hear it a bit more clear without the delay. Try and get the rhythm right, and then we're going to go from this chord up to the frets, and then back to the chord. And we're going to implement the rhythm we just learned with the chords. And it's okay if you sometimes try to add in the rest of the strings just to make it a bit of a more full sound. Just to get the really dreamy guitar tone, you know? So we're going to play that for the intro and the first part of the verse. And then at some point you'll start to notice that the guitars are sounding a bit different. That's when they are playing this. They're using the 5th fret on the E string and the 4th fret on the A string. Then we're going to slide up to the 8th fret of the E string and the 7th fret of the A string, and then back. And then we have like a middle part, which is either the bridge or an interlude. I don't know how you want to call it. But anyways, this is how the left guitar plays it. Which is the 5th fret on the A string, the 5th fret on the D string, 7th fret on the D string, back to the 5th fret on the D string. Then we're going to the 7th and the 9th fret. Then we're going back to the 7th, back to the 5, then to the 7th on the A string. And up to speed, that is. And meanwhile, the guitar on the right plays 3 chords. The chords are a G, which is when you put a finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, a finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and a finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string. And together that makes. Then we're going to go into an, I believe it is an A chord, but correct me if I'm wrong. It's either an A or an A minor. I think it's like an A, which is when you put your finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, another finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and a finger on the 1st fret of the B string, which makes. And then we're going into an E minor, which is when you put a finger on the 2nd fret of the A string and the 2nd fret of the D string. And the rhythm isn't too hard, but you have to kind of do it in the rhythm of the song, basically. So it kind of makes something like. Something like that. And then we're going to go into a bar chord, which can be very difficult if you're a beginner. If you're an intermediate guitarist, you should kind of have to hang on the bar chords already. And we're going to go slowly into it. So a bar chord is when you use, well, I usually use my index finger to press down on all of the strings. And meanwhile you have that, you're going to implement other fingers on different positions on the fretboard to still make a chord, but just, it's basically as if you're moving the nut up or if you're using a capo. So we're going to do a like a power chord, which is finger on the 7th fret of the E string, the low E string, and it's a finger on the 9th fret of the A and a finger on the 9th fret of the D. We're going to make that into a bar chord. And then we're going to move it up 1 fret. And then we're going to lift the finger off of the A string, but we're still going to bar it on the 8th fret. So together the bar chords make up for. And then we're going back into the and then after a while we're going to go back into but after a while we're going to end the song by ending on a different position. So we're going to play this a few times. And then we're going to end on. So the final part of the song basically goes like. And that's basically how you play the full song on both the left and right guitar. So now I'm going to do a quick playthrough of other parts of the song, It isn't going to be exactly in time because I don't have a metronome with me and I'm not listening to the actual song or playing along with that or anything. It's just straight out of my memory. So excuse me if it sounds a bit wrong or if the tempo is off. It's just to show you a quick recap of all the parts we went through. So if you remember correctly, and that is How You Play I Wait For You by Alex G. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more stuff from Alex G or other bands, I mostly play metal, but I also enjoy indie songs a bit. So if you want to drop any requests, just be sure to leave a comment and I'll try to get a video out on your song as soon as possible. So, without further ado, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.